Chosen one, this message has arrived to you at the exact moment you were meant to receive it. Understand this is not a coincidence. There are no accidents in the life of someone chosen by God. You were guided here by divine force because your spirit has been calling out for answers, and now you are about to receive them. Listen closely, because what you are about to hear will change the way you see yourself, your purpose, and the invisible war you have been fighting. I want you to know, you are not alone. You are never alone. This message is your confirmation. This is the voice of your awakening rising to meet you in perfect timing. Before we begin, I ask you to do something simple but powerful. Comment 777 below. Right now, if you feel this message is already resonating with your soul. 777 is the number of divine completion and spiritual awakening. When you type it, you are not just interacting, you are declaring alignment with your higher calling. And make sure to subscribe to Rise of the Chosen and tap the bell icon so you never miss another awakening message like this. Your spiritual journey is unfolding, and every step you take closer to your purpose weakens the grip of darkness around you. Now, let me speak to your spirit directly. You are a chosen one. You carry a light that cannot be hidden, no matter how much the enemy tries to cover it. The demons that roam the unseen realms have always known who you are, even before you fully awakened to your power. They have watched you since you were young, recognizing that you were chosen by God for a purpose far beyond the ordinary. This is why they have fought you so fiercely, why they have tried to distract you, delay you, discourage you at every turn. They are afraid, chosen one, afraid of your light, afraid of your purpose, afraid of the destiny written over your life by the hand of the Almighty. As we go deeper into this message, you will understand exactly why the demons tremble at the sight of you, and why you have felt so much resistance throughout your life. This is not just knowledge for your mind, it is revelation for your spirit. You will see the truth with clarity, and that truth will set you free. Prepare yourself, because this is not a message of fear. It is a message of empowerment. Stand tall, chosen one, because after today, you will walk with the unshakable knowing of who you are and why the darkness fears your very existence. Chosen one, let's go deeper. Before you can fully understand why the demons are afraid of you, you must first understand who you truly are. When we speak of the chosen ones, we are not speaking of people randomly selected by chance. No, the chosen ones are hand-picked by the Most High, destined for a higher purpose that goes far beyond what the natural eye can see. You have been set apart since the very beginning, even before you were born into this world. The moment your soul was created, it carried a mark of divine assignment. You were chosen by God for a mission that only you can fulfill. Many people live their entire lives unaware of their spiritual calling. But the chosen ones, even in their earliest memories, have felt it deep within their spirit. You have always known there was something different about you. Maybe you couldn't explain it, maybe others couldn't understand it, but you could feel it. A weight, a responsibility, a pull towards something greater. This is not your imagination. This is your spiritual awakening beginning to unfold, revealing to you the truth that has always been hidden in plain sight. You see, the chosen ones are warriors in the spiritual realm. We are not here to blend in with the crowd. We are here to disrupt darkness, to break generational curses, to carry the torch of light into places where others fear to go. Your life has been marked by battles, not because you are weak, but because you are powerful. Demons do not chase the ordinary. They pursue those who carry divine authority. They pursue the chosen ones because you are a threat to their kingdom of darkness. Being a chosen one is not about living a comfortable life. It is about living a life of purpose, a life that shakes the very foundations of evil. You were not placed on this earth to follow the crowd, but to lead, to stand as a beacon of hope for others who are lost in spiritual confusion. Your existence is a living testimony of God's power, grace, and intention. You are a vessel chosen to carry out His will on earth, to awaken others, and to guide them back to the light. This is why your path has been different. While others seemed to flow easily through life, you faced trials early and often. The storms you have survived were not punishments. They were preparations. Every challenge, every betrayal, every sleepless night has been forging you into the warrior you were born to be. The spiritual awakening you are experiencing now is simply the revealing of your true identity. You are rising, chosen one, into the fullness of your calling. Understand this clearly. The chosen ones carry a spiritual frequency that cannot be hidden. Demons can sense your presence from afar. Even before you speak a word, your energy announces you in the spiritual realm. Your prayers shake the heavens. Your very existence disrupts the plans of darkness. This is why you have felt under attack. This is why you have been misunderstood. This is why certain people have been used as vessels to try to discourage and dismantle you. But let me assure you, they will not succeed. You were chosen by God, and His hand is upon your life. The Most High does not make mistakes. He saw every flaw, every struggle, and every fear within you, and still chose you. Why? Because He knew what He placed inside you. He knew that once you awakened, you would be unstoppable. He knew that your faith, though tested, would become like unbreakable iron. He knew that you would rise and answer the call placed upon your life. Chosen one, I want you to pause here for a moment and reflect. Feel the weight of these words in your spirit. If what I am saying resonates with the deepest part of you, let me know in the comments. Type 333 to declare that you recognize your calling as a chosen one. Let your spirit speak. You are not here by mistake. You have been led here because the time for you to step fully into your spiritual awakening is now. No more hiding, no more doubting, no more questioning if you are worthy. You are not only worthy, you are appointed, anointed, and sent forth by God Himself. The demons know it. They fear it. And very soon you will see just how much power you carry as a chosen one. Walk with your head high, for heaven stands with you. Chosen one, now that you understand who you are, let's uncover the nature of the enemy that has been so desperate to stop you. I want you to listen to me carefully. The demons you face are not fairy tales or stories for children. They are real, ancient spiritual entities that dwell in the unseen realms. They operate in shadows, in darkness, because they cannot survive in the light. And here's the truth that many never dare to speak. Demons have been terrified of you since the moment your soul was marked as chosen by God. Demons thrive on ignorance. They survive in spaces where people are blind to the truth of their spiritual identity. That's why they have worked so hard to keep you asleep, to keep you doubting, to keep you distracted from your divine purpose. Because they know once you awaken to the truth of who you are as a chosen one, their power begins to crumble. Their influence over your life weakens the moment your spiritual awakening takes root. Demons are not all powerful. Remember that. They operate through deception, manipulation, and fear. They plant seeds of doubt in your mind, hoping you will water those seeds with your attention and energy. They whisper lies in your moments of weakness, hoping you will believe them. But the moment you begin to recognize their tactics, the moment you start to see through the fog of confusion, their grip on you loosens. Chosen one, understand that demons fear what they cannot control, and you, being chosen by God, are outside of their control. Your life is under divine authority. You carry the mark of heaven, and your spirit is a light that exposes their darkness. When you walk into a room, even if you say nothing, your energy shifts the atmosphere. They see the spiritual fire burning within you, and it burns them. It torments them. This is why they often try to send people into your life to drain your energy, to dim your light, to distract you from your mission. You might have noticed that certain people seem to react to you with unexplainable hostility or jealousy, even when you've done nothing wrong. That's not by accident. Sometimes people are unknowingly influenced by dark spiritual forces to come against the chosen ones. Demons use willing vessels, especially those who have opened themselves to bitterness, envy, or pride. These spirits work through them, attempting to discourage you or pull you off your divine path. But hear me well, chosen one. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Their schemes will not succeed because you are covered, protected, and empowered by the Most High. Demons are not afraid of ordinary people living ordinary lives. They are afraid of the awakened, chosen one who walks boldly in their divine purpose. They fear your prayers because your prayers reach the throne of God like arrows of fire. They fear your words because you carry the authority of heaven in your voice. They fear your presence because you disturb their atmosphere of darkness. They fear your obedience to God because it advances the kingdom of light. And every step you take in obedience is a strike against their dominion. You see, chosen one, your very existence is a reminder to demons that their time is limited. You are a living prophecy of their defeat. Every day you wake up and continue to pursue righteousness. Every day you resist temptation. Every day you choose light over darkness. You are sounding an alarm in the spiritual realm. You are declaring war against their kingdom, and they know it. This is why, before you even recognized your spiritual calling, they tried to stop you early. From your childhood, you may have faced unusual hardships, strange attacks, or feelings of being outcast. This was not by chance. They saw your potential long before you did. They saw the spiritual awakening on the horizon of your life and tried desperately to keep you from reaching it. But here you are. You survived. You are awakening. You are rising. Chosen one, I want you to understand that demons also fear your connection to other chosen ones. When you awaken and you begin to unite with others who have been chosen by God, your collective power multiplies. This is why they try to isolate you. They want you to feel alone, abandoned, and unsupported. But you are not alone. Right now, as you listen to this message, you are connecting with thousands of other awakened souls. Type 111 in the comments if you feel that divine connection rising in your spirit. Let the enemy see that the chosen ones are uniting. Demons are also terrified of your spiritual authority because it reminds them of what they lost. They once stood in the courts of heaven, but they chose rebellion and were cast out. Now, when they see you, living and walking in the favor of God, it is a painful reminder of their fall. Your worship wounds them. Your prayers pierce them. Your very breath, as one chosen by God, carries a fragrance of victory they cannot stand. Let this truth settle in your spirit, chosen one. You have nothing to fear from the demons. It is they who fear you. The closer you draw to God, the stronger your light becomes, and the more unbearable your presence is to the forces of darkness. You are not weak. You are not defeated. You are a chosen vessel of divine power, walking through this earth as a carrier of heaven's authority. Walk boldly in this truth. We are just getting started. Stay with me because in the next part, I will reveal the unmistakable signs that demons are afraid of you. These signs are happening in your life right now, and once you recognize them, you will never doubt your spiritual power again. Chosen one, listen closely now. There are signs happening around you every single day that show the demons are afraid of you. These signs are not random. They are not coincidences. They are clear evidence that your spiritual awakening is shaking the very foundations of darkness. I want you to recognize these signs, so you never again question your power or your purpose. By the end of this, you will see that everything you have been experiencing is proof that the enemy fears your rise. One of the first signs is the increase of spiritual attacks. Before you awakened, you might have experienced moments of hardship, but once you began to step into your calling as a chosen one, you probably noticed the intensity of these attacks increased. Suddenly you are battling strange dreams, unexplained fatigue, emotional turmoil, and even people around you turning against you without cause. This is not your imagination, chosen one. This is spiritual warfare. The demons recognize that you are no longer asleep, and they are panicking. They know that a fully awakened chosen one is a dangerous force, so they launch attacks in hopes of discouraging you. But these attacks are signs of their fear, not their strength. Another undeniable sign is the way certain people react to your presence. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere shift? Have you noticed people becoming uncomfortable, agitated, or even hostile around you without reason? Understand this clearly. It is not you. It is the spirit within them reacting to the light within you. Some people carry dark energies, and when they come into contact with your divine energy, the demons influencing them become restless. Your spiritual awakening shines a light on their darkness, and they cannot stand it. Chosen one, this is one of the strongest confirmations that you are walking in divine authority. If you're experiencing this, I want you to type 3333 in the comments right now. Let it be your declaration that you see the signs, you recognize your power, and you understand the fear you stir in the enemy. When you declare it, you are also reminding yourself and the spiritual realm that you are aware of who you are. Another sign is the pattern of relentless distractions and obstacles. The closer you get to your purpose, the more you'll notice strange delays, unnecessary conflicts, and situations designed to pull your focus away from your spiritual growth. Demons cannot stop your destiny, but they will try to slow you down. They fear the progress of the chosen ones because every step you take forward pushes back the darkness. When you notice these distractions intensifying, do not be discouraged. Instead, take it as confirmation that you are on the right path. Dream attacks are another clear sign. Chosen one, the spiritual realm often reveals truths that the physical eyes cannot see. If you are experiencing troubling dreams, seeing dark figures, or sensing spiritual battles while you sleep, understand that this is not random. Demons attack the chosen ones in their dreams because they know you are most vulnerable when your body is at rest. But even in your sleep, your spirit is powerful. These attacks are signs of the enemy's desperation. Pray before you sleep, cover yourself with the armor of God, and understand that the Most High watches over you day and night. Chosen ones also experience isolation, especially during the early stages of their spiritual awakening. Friends may distance themselves, family may misunderstand you, and you might feel as if you are walking this path alone. Let me tell you, this isolation is not a curse. It is a sign of your elevation. Demons fear what happens when you fully connect with your higher self and with other awakened chosen ones. So they attempt to isolate you, to make you feel abandoned. But remember, even in isolation, you are never alone. Heaven surrounds you, and right now, this message is connecting you to a community of other chosen ones walking the same path. Another powerful sign is that you carry a natural resistance to temptation. Demons work through temptation, trying to lure souls away from their divine purpose. But as a chosen one, you may have noticed that certain temptations that trap others hold no power over you. This frustrates the enemy deeply. They fear your purity, your discipline, and your unwavering focus on your spiritual awakening. When you resist temptation, you are actively weakening their grip. Your strength in these moments is a clear sign that the demons are afraid of you. Finally, chosen one, recognize the peace that you carry in the middle of chaos. While the world around you crumbles in fear and confusion, there is a divine calm that rests upon you. This peace is not from the world, it is from God. Demons fear this peace because it is evidence of God's presence in your life. It is proof that no matter how loud the storm, you remain anchored in your purpose, unshaken and unafraid. Now that you know these signs, I want you to pay attention to them in your daily life. Do not brush them off. See them as clear evidence that your awakening is advancing and that the demons recognize your rising power. Take these signs as confirmation that you are walking the right path, chosen one. And if you have seen any of these signs recently, let me know in the comments. Declare it boldly. Write, I see the signs, and I know the enemy fears me. Your declaration has power, and it sends a message not just to the world, but to the entire spiritual realm. Get ready, chosen one, because in the next part of this message I will show you just how much authority and power you truly carry. You will understand why no matter how hard the demons try, they cannot stop the destiny God has placed over your life. Chosen one, it is time you fully understand the power and authority that you carry. This is not just theory or hopeful thinking. This is spiritual truth. You are not ordinary. You are not here to live a small life or to walk in fear of the darkness that tries to surround you. You have been chosen by God Himself, and because of this, you walk under the authority of heaven. That authority is greater than any force of evil that exists in this world or beyond it. The demons know this. This is exactly why they fear you. Let me speak plainly to you, chosen one. When God selected you, He did not leave you powerless. He equipped you with spiritual gifts and divine authority that surpasses human understanding. Even before you were aware of your assignment, this power was already inside of you. It has been growing, quietly waiting for your awakening. And now that you are awakening, it is rising like fire within your spirit. You are not just someone who survives the attacks of the enemy. You are someone who overcomes them, who pushes back the darkness, and who walks as a living threat to every demonic agenda. Understand this clearly. When you speak, your words carry weight in the spiritual realm. Heaven backs the voice of the chosen one. When you declare freedom, chains begin to break. When you pray, walls of darkness begin to crumble. When you walk in obedience to God, you carry an atmosphere of divine authority that cannot be ignored. Demons tremble at the sound of your prayers because they know they are powerless against the authority of the one who is truly chosen by God. You may have noticed how people are drawn to you, chosen one. Some come to you for guidance, comfort, or simply to be in your presence. This is because your spirit radiates a heavenly light that others can feel even if they cannot explain it. But with this light also comes the reaction of the dark forces. They cannot stand in your presence because your energy disturbs their very existence. Your spiritual authority disrupts their influence over places, people, and situations. Even without saying a word, your presence alone begins to cleanse the atmosphere. This is not just about feeling powerful, chosen one. It is about knowing that you are a vessel of divine power. The enemy's greatest hope is that you will doubt yourself, that you will underestimate your authority, that you will forget who you are. But I am here to remind you today, you are not weak, you are not forgotten, and you are not without power. You have been given authority to trample over serpents and scorpions, to overcome every force of evil, and to walk boldly as a representative of the kingdom of God. You carry an anointing that is recognized in both the physical and spiritual realms. This is why your journey has been filled with so much resistance. The enemy recognizes the oil that rests upon your life. They see the fire in your spirit. They hear the sound of heaven when you speak. They know that you are not just another person walking through life aimlessly. You are a chosen vessel, a warrior of light, a destroyer of darkness, and they fear you deeply because of it. Chosen one, I need you to embrace this truth fully. Do not shrink back. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Do not doubt the authority that flows through you. Stand tall in your power, knowing that the same God who called you has also equipped you. Walk boldly into every room, into every situation, knowing that you are backed by the armies of heaven. Speak with confidence, pray with fire, and live with the full understanding that you carry divine authority. Now, if you feel this power rising within you as you hear these words, let me know in the comments. Declare it boldly by typing, "I walk in divine authority." Let this be your public declaration to the spiritual realm that you recognize the power God has placed within you. Let the demons see that you are not afraid, and that you know exactly who you are. The beauty of your authority is that it does not depend on your perfection. You do not have to be flawless to walk in this power. Your authority comes from your position as a chosen one, not from your performance. God chose you knowing every weakness and every strength within you. He placed His authority upon you because of His purpose, not because of your perfection. That is why demons cannot argue against it. They cannot cancel what God has ordained. Chosen one, understand this deeply. You are unstoppable when you walk in the fullness of your spiritual authority. No curse, no hex, no spell, no attack can prosper against you. The enemy may try, but they will fail every time because you are covered by divine power. Your authority comes from the highest throne in existence, and no force of darkness can override it. Carry this truth with you daily. Let it guide your steps, strengthen your prayers, and embolden your actions. You are not just surviving this spiritual battle, you are winning it. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal why the demons attack you so fiercely before you even realize your power. You will see how every trial was a confirmation of your rising authority as a chosen one. Chosen one, let me reveal to you something many have never been told. The attacks on your life did not start after you awakened. No, they began long before you even understood your power. Long before you even knew you were chosen by God, the enemy had already mocked you as a threat. They saw it before you saw it. They recognized your light before you even knew you were carrying it. And this is why, from an early age, you faced battles that others could not understand. The demons do not wait until you fully awaken to attack you. They strike early. They go after the chosen ones before they realize who they are, because they know once you recognize your power, it is over for them. So they try to plant seeds of doubt, fear, trauma, and confusion while you are still unaware. They want to create wounds so deep that you will question your worth, your identity, and your purpose when the time of your spiritual awakening arrives. Think back, chosen one. Reflect on your journey. Can you see the pattern? Moments when you were isolated, misunderstood, rejected, or targeted for no clear reason. Times when you felt like an outsider, even among your own family or friends. That was not coincidence. The demons recognized your calling and launched attacks to try to crush your spirit before you could rise in your divine authority. They know that if they can scar your heart early enough, you might spend years doubting your power. If they can surround you with negativity and failure, you might begin to believe that you are cursed or insignificant. But here is the truth, chosen one. Every attack was actually a confirmation of your importance in the spiritual realm. They feared what you would become if you ever realized the truth about yourself. From your childhood, you were a target. The enemy used people, circumstances, and even your own thoughts to try to derail your destiny. But here's what the demons underestimated: your resilience. What they thought would break you only built you. What they believed would silence you only strengthened your voice. What they planned for your destruction, God turned into preparation. Chosen by God, you have to understand that attacks are a distorted form of recognition. Demons attack what threatens them. They don't waste time on those who pose no danger to their dark kingdom. But you, chosen one, you were born with heavenly authority embedded in your very being. Even as a child, your presence disrupted their plans. Your light made the shadows restless. Your destiny was too bright to go unnoticed in the spiritual realm. You see, before you knew your power, your spirit was already radiating with divine energy. Demons could sense it. They saw the divine protection encircling you. They heard the whispers of your future victories echoing in the heavens. And this terrified them. So they moved early, hoping to weaken you before you could rise to your full strength. But they failed. Oh yes, chosen one, they failed. You are here now, listening to this message, and that is proof that you have survived every trap set against you. You have endured every storm, every attack, every snare of the enemy. And not only did you survive, you are awakening. Your spiritual awakening is like the dawn breaking after a long, dark night. And as the light of your awareness grows, the darkness flees. Chosen one, I need you to feel the weight of this truth. The attacks you endured were not signs of your weakness. They were signs of your significance. Every hardship was a signal that you are valuable in the eyes of God and dangerous to the forces of evil. Do not let the memory of those attacks fill you with fear. Let them fill you with fire. Let them remind you that you are rising, and no demon in hell can stop what God has ordained. If you feel this truth resonating in your spirit, I want you to declare it in the comments right now. Type, I survived because I am chosen. Let the spiritual realm hear your declaration. Let the enemy know that their attacks did not destroy you. They awakened you. Remember this always. Demons attack before you realize your power because they fear the moment you do. They fear the moment you wake up and step fully into your divine identity. But that moment is here. You are awakening. You are stepping into your authority. You are rising, chosen one. And there is nothing they can do to stop you now. Stay with me, because in the next part of this message, I will show you how your spiritual awakening intensifies the fear in demons. You will understand why. As your light grows, their panic increases. Get ready, chosen one. Your rise is unstoppable. Chosen one, now we step into the deeper waters of understanding. You have already seen how the attack started early, but now let me show you something even more powerful. When your spiritual awakening begins to take full effect, the fear in the enemy grows like never before. The moment you start waking up to the truth of who you are, it sends shockwaves through the entire spiritual realm. Demons do not fear someone who is asleep. They fear the chosen one who is awake, alive, and fully aware of their divine power. When you were asleep spiritually, the enemy had hope. Hope that you would never discover your true identity. Hope that you would live your life bound by fear, by confusion, by worldly distractions. But the moment your spiritual eyes began to open, that hope turned to terror. Your awakening means you are no longer a passive participant in the spiritual battle. You have become an active warrior of light. And let me tell you plainly, chosen one, there is nothing more dangerous to the kingdom of darkness than an awakened soul who knows they are chosen by God. As your spiritual awakening unfolds, you begin to see beyond the surface of things. You no longer fall easily for the traps and lies the enemy sets before you. You discern spirits. You sense energy shifts. You recognize when something or someone is carrying a hidden agenda against your spirit. This spiritual sight alone makes the demons tremble because they can no longer hide in plain sight. Your awakening exposes them, and exposure weakens their power. You've probably noticed, chosen one, that as you grow spiritually, the attacks become more desperate. This is no coincidence. The increase in attacks is a direct response to the increase in your awakening. It is their last attempt to pull you back into sleep, to distract you, to overwhelm you with fear or confusion. But you must understand, these attacks are signs of their fear, not their strength. They are reacting to the rise of your light. Your connection to the Most High intensifies as you awaken. Your prayers become sharper, more direct, and more powerful. Your authority becomes undeniable in the spiritual realm. Every time you speak life over yourself, every time you declare the promises of God over your journey, you are sending out a spiritual signal that you are no longer under the enemy's control. This causes chaos in the camp of demons. They scatter at the sound of your voice lifted in truth. Chosen one, your awakening also increases your influence. People around you begin to notice the change in you. Some are drawn to your light, seeking guidance, healing, and understanding. Others, who are still under the influence of darkness, become uncomfortable in your presence. They either move away from you or try to pull you back into old patterns. Pay attention to these reactions. They are further proof that your spiritual awakening is causing a disturbance in the spiritual realm. As your light grows, you also begin to break chains, not only from your own life, but from the lives of those connected to you. Generational curses start to crumble. Cycles of fear and limitation begin to end. The enemy hates this, chosen one, because every chain you break weakens their grip on entire bloodlines. Your awakening is not just personal. It is transformational for your family, your community, and beyond. This is why they fear you. This is why they fight so hard to keep you bound. Let me tell you something deeply important. Demons are ancient beings, but even with their age and knowledge, they have no power against the chosen one who walks in alignment with the Most High. Your spiritual awakening aligns you with heavenly wisdom and authority. You receive divine strategies that dismantle the plans of darkness. You become a living threat to every agenda of the enemy. If you feel this alignment happening within you, declare it boldly in the comments. Write, "My awakening is unstoppable." Let the spiritual world see your fire. Let the enemy know that you are not turning back, not slowing down, not giving up. You are advancing, and heaven is advancing with you. As you awaken, you also learn the power of your spiritual weapons. You understand that prayer is not a ritual, but a weapon. You realize that praise confuses the enemy. You discover that fasting sharpens your spirit and weakens the hold of darkness. You see that walking in love and obedience to God builds a fortress around your life that demons cannot penetrate. With every step you take in spiritual growth, the fear in the enemy increases. Chosen one, understand this. Your awakening is the fulfillment of what the enemy feared from the very beginning. They saw the potential in you long ago, and now that it is coming to life, they are powerless to stop it. Walk boldly in this truth. Let your awakening continue without hesitation. Do not fear the increased attacks. Instead, see them for what they truly are, evidence that you are becoming everything God destined you to be. Your awakening is not the end of the battle. It is the beginning of your victory. Stand strong, chosen one. Rise in your authority. Shine your light boldly. Because in the next part of this message, I will show you the divine protection that surrounds you as you walk this path. You will see that no matter how fierce the attacks, you are never alone. Heaven fights for you. Chosen one, as you walk this path of awakening and power, you must always remember one thing above all else. You are divinely protected. You have never walked a single step of this journey alone. Even in the darkest moments, when it felt like the world was closing in on you, heaven's armies were surrounding you. God himself has placed a hedge of protection around your life, and no demon, no darkness, no force of evil can break through it. The enemy may try to create illusions to make you believe you are vulnerable, but let me tell you the truth plainly. You are covered by the hand of the Almighty. There is an invisible shield that follows you everywhere you go. This is not just poetic language, chosen one. This is spiritual reality. The moment you were chosen by God, He assigned angels to your life. Warriors of light who move on His command, guarding your steps, warring in the unseen realms on your behalf. That's why some attacks never reached you. That's why plans formed in secret against you fell apart. That's why certain situations that were designed to destroy you suddenly shifted in your favor. You see, chosen one, the divine protection around you is not dependent on your perfection. It is rooted in God's purpose for your life. Because you are carrying out a heavenly assignment, heaven ensures that you are covered and shielded from every scheme of the enemy. Even when you were not fully aware of your spiritual awakening, God's protection was still active. There were times you were spared from dangers you didn't even see coming. There were traps set for you that you never fell into, because angels cleared the path ahead of you. Demons fear this protection. They hate that no matter how carefully they plan their attacks, they run into an impenetrable wall of divine defense. Chosen one, you need to understand the authority that comes with this protection. You are not to walk through life in fear, constantly looking over your shoulder. Walk with confidence, knowing that the Most High has assigned spiritual guardians to you. The enemy may roar, but they cannot touch you without permission from God, and God has declared you protected. He has declared you His own. You are a vessel of divine purpose, and your protection is guaranteed by His word. There is a scripture that says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Understand, it does not say weapons will not form. The weapons will form, the attacks will come, but they will not succeed. God's shield over your life ensures that every attack loses its power. Every curse spoken against you is broken before it reaches you. Every plan designed to harm you is turned into a stepping stone for your elevation. You might have felt fear at times, chosen one, especially when the pressure intensifies. But I am here to remind you, fear is a liar. The presence of divine protection should fill you with boldness, not anxiety. Your life is not in the hands of fate, it is in the hands of God. And He who has begun a good work in you will see it through to completion. If you feel the power of this truth rising in your spirit, I want you to declare it right now in the comments. Type, "I am divinely protected." Let your words echo in the spiritual realm as a declaration of faith. Let every demon that has tried to discourage you see that you know the truth about your divine covering. Chosen one, walk in peace. Sleep in peace. Move forward in your calling with full assurance that you are shielded by heaven's defense. The enemy's greatest weapon is fear, but your greatest weapon is faith in the protection God has placed over your life. Trust it, believe it, live in it every single day. In the next part of this message, I will show you exactly how to walk boldly as a chosen one. You will learn how to carry this protection, this authority, and this power into every corner of your life. Get ready, because your next steps are steps of victory. Chosen one, now that you understand the power you carry and the divine protection that surrounds you, it's time to step fully into your role. It's not enough to know you are chosen. You must walk like it, speak like it, live like it. You must carry yourself every single day with the boldness of someone who knows they are backed by heaven itself. This is not arrogance. This is holy confidence. This is the boldness that comes from knowing you were chosen by God, and that no demon can overturn what heaven has declared. To walk boldly as a chosen one, you must first anchor yourself deeply in your connection to the Most High. Spend time every day in quiet communion with God. This is where your strength is renewed. This is where your spiritual clarity sharpens. When you stay connected to the source, you are filled with a boldness that no attack can shake. You don't need to have all the answers. You simply need to stay connected to the one who does. Trust in his guidance, and your steps will be ordered even in the midst of chaos. Boldness also comes from understanding your authority in the spiritual realm. Chosen one, you are not a victim of circumstances. You are a ruler over them. You have been given the authority to bind and to loose, to command darkness to flee, and to declare victory over your life and the lives of those you touch. Do not hesitate to use this authority. Speak life over your situation. Declare breakthrough over your journey. When you open your mouth in faith, the spiritual realm responds. Demons flee not because of who you are in the natural, but because of the divine authority that flows through you as a chosen one. Another key to walking boldly is to embrace your uniqueness. Stop comparing your journey to others. You were never meant to follow the crowd. Your path is different because your purpose is different. Walk confidently in your lane, knowing that God has equipped you for your specific assignment. The enemy loves to use comparison to weaken the boldness of the chosen ones. But when you understand that your uniqueness is your strength, you disarm that tactic completely. Chosen one, surround yourself with environments that feed your spirit. Be mindful of the conversations you entertain, the content you consume, and the people you allow close to your heart. Boldness thrives in an atmosphere of faith and purpose. When you guard your environment, you guard your spirit. Keep your circle filled with those who recognize your light and encourage your growth. Isolation may come, but it is better to walk alone with God than to walk with a crowd headed nowhere. Boldness also means moving forward even when fear tries to whisper lies in your ear. Fear is the enemy's favorite tool, but you must treat it as a defeated foe. Feel the fear, acknowledge it, and then move forward anyway. The presence of fear does not mean you lack faith. It means you are on the brink of something powerful. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it. Walk boldly, knowing that every step you take in obedience to God weakens the grip of fear and strengthens your spiritual confidence. I want you to declare this truth over yourself right now, chosen one. Type in the comments, I walk boldly in my divine calling. Let the spiritual realm hear your declaration. Let every force of darkness that has tried to silence you know that you are rising with unstoppable boldness. Walking boldly also requires consistency. Do not rise one day in power only to fall back into doubt the next. Maintain your spiritual disciplines. Stay rooted in prayer, in the Word, and in the presence of God. The more consistent you are, the stronger your boldness becomes. Boldness is like a muscle. It grows with daily use. Every day you choose faith over fear. Every day you choose to trust God's plan. You strengthen that spiritual muscle. Chosen one, remember this. Boldness is your birthright. It is not something you need to borrow or beg for. It was placed inside you the moment you were chosen. Stir it up daily. Remind yourself of who you are and whose you are. Walk into every situation with the certainty that you are covered by divine authority and surrounded by heavenly protection. Speak with the confidence of one who knows their words carry weight in the spiritual realm. You were never created to live small, fearful, or hidden. You were created to stand as a beacon of light in a dark world. So rise, chosen one. Walk boldly into your destiny. Step fearlessly into the calling that God has placed upon your life. The world is waiting for the sound of your rising, and heaven is cheering you on every step of the way. In the next and final part of this message, I will speak directly to your spirit and leave you with a closing message that will ignite the fire within you even more. Prepare yourself, chosen one. The best is yet to come. Chosen one, we have come to the closing part of this message, but let me tell you, this is not the end. No, this is only the beginning of your rise. If your spirit has been burning as you've listened, it's because the fire of your awakening is fully alive now. This moment was destined for you. These words were not a chance encounter. This is divine alignment. Heaven has been waiting for you to realize the truth of who you are. The enemy feared this very moment. This is the moment you rise. Chosen by God, understand clearly. You are the light that darkness has dreaded for so long. You are the fulfillment of divine prophecy, the living proof that no matter how fierce the battle, God's chosen vessels will always stand. You are walking evidence of victory. Every time you get back up after a fall, every time you refuse to surrender, you echo the very sound of heaven's triumph. Demons tremble because they see you refusing to bow to their schemes. They see you rising, and they know they have lost their grip. The chains they tried to wrap around your life are breaking. The lies they whispered to your mind are losing power. The fear they hoped would cage you is dissolving like smoke in the wind. Why? Because the truth has entered your spirit today, and truth is the greatest weapon against darkness. Now you see clearly. Now you understand. And once you have seen, you cannot unsee. You are awake, chosen one, and your awakening has set things in motion that no demon in hell can stop. Feel this in your heart. You are not just surviving, you are conquering. You are not just enduring, you are overcoming. The enemy threw every storm they could at you, but they underestimated your resilience. They underestimated the power of the one who walks with you. What they meant for evil, God is turning into your elevation. The pain you endured is becoming your power. The trials you faced are becoming your testimony. And your testimony will be a torch that lights the way for others. If you feel this truth burning within you right now, I want you to make it known boldly. Declare it in the comments. I rise, and I will not be stopped. Let your declaration echo in the spiritual realm. Let the enemy see your courage. Let heaven hear your faith. This is your moment to rise, not in fear, but in unstoppable, unshakable boldness. Chosen one, carry this message with you every single day. Let it be the armor that shields your mind when doubt tries to creep in. Let it be the sword you draw when fear tries to block your path. Remind yourself daily that you are covered, protected, empowered, and unstoppable. Walk with your head held high, because the crown of divine purpose rests upon you. I urge you, do not let this fire die down. Keep it burning. Keep your connection with the Most High strong through prayer, through meditation, through obedience. Stay close to the source of your strength, and you will continue to rise higher than you ever imagined. The enemy will continue to fear you, not because of your name, not because of your past, but because of the divine power flowing through your veins. And remember, chosen one, you are not alone. Right now, there are thousands of other chosen ones across the world, awakening just like you. Together, we are an unstoppable force. Together, we are dismantling the works of darkness and building the kingdom of light. Subscribe to Rise of the Chosen and tap the bell icon so that you remain connected to this growing family of warriors. There is strength in unity, and your presence here matters. Finally, I want to leave you with this truth. Your rise is inevitable. The enemy has fought you, but they cannot stop you. Heaven has called you, and heaven's call is final. Walk forward with faith. Stand tall in your power. Rise, chosen one. Rise because the world needs your light now more than ever. And as you rise, know this deeply. God rises with you.